Is the sports sector working? You were sports minister.
The sports sector should be working, but it's also not working. You know why it's not working? It's again because of the fundamental problem of definition. I'm not a sports person, but I've sat in that ministry for close to 3 years, and I've seen that Nigeria is not going to make progress in sports. Forget that we won the AFCON, we won under 17 World Cup, we went to these All Africa Games and came second. It doesn't mean much in the long run. Because the question you should ask yourself, in global terms, how many of our athletes rate in the top 10 in their events? Runners, jumpers, boxers, weightlifters, how many? Right? So we are going to Brazil next year. We will be lucky if we were lucky as we were lucky in '96 Atlanta or in Beijing, we'll come up with 1 or 2 medals and we'll celebrate and move on again. Because what we need to do, we have not done it. In the first place, we are too obsessed with medals. You see, no country that is obsessed with glory at the expense of planning can achieve anything in sports.
So when it's almost time for a tournament, we bring out the money.
We bring out money, we look for people who are likely and buy glory. You cannot do that. Countries that have achieved sustainable results in sport. And the first question also, again, we have to go back to that fundamental question. What do we want to use sports for as a country? Is it to bring medals? Is it for youth development? Is it to create opportunities for young people to nurture themselves and talents?
Another thing for me is why we're not able to get more people participating in sports. We're a country of 170 million people. When I was a sports correspondent in the late 80s and early 90s, I knew Funke Oshonaike, as an example, to be a table tennis star.
Yeah. She's still there.
25 years down the line, she's still Nigeria's #1 table tennis star. What does this say about the system?
Because we're not working, because we're just looking for people like who are ready, like Oshonaike, to take them to national events, like All Africa Games, where very serious athletes, with due respect, don't really come, right? So, and we win a couple of medals and we say, oh, we have won, right? But after the sports summit that we did in 2013, I think, what did we, in 2012, November of 2012, what did we agree? We said we're going to develop sports from the grassroots and have longer term plan and focus on some sports where we have comparative advantage. That was the fundamental conclusion. Now, we moved on from there. At the National Council on Sports, we agreed that the National Sports Festival, which is our own Olympics in Nigeria, will become a national open sports festival, so that it's become an arena for elite competition in the country. It cannot be a development, because when you are discovering people at 25, 22, it's already too late. When you don't discover an athlete at 9, 10, in 2015, it's too late, right? So, but we use our own National Sports Festival to discover athletes. How can you use National Sports Festival to discover athletes? National Sports Festival is an elite competition, right? It's not an inter-house sports, right? So we say, okay, we agree that it's going to be a national open sports festival where all athletes, regardless of wherever they may be resident, as long as they are Nigerians, can compete. So it becomes a medium for selection, not discovering, right? Now, as a corollary to that, we introduced the National Youth Games, right? You know what happened? When we were introducing the idea of National Youth Games, the banner was printed, the National Youth Games. Something said, change it. I said, take it back, cancel it, go and write First National Youth Games. That, even if I'm no longer here, people should have the consciousness that it was the first National Youth Games, right? We organized the first National Youth Games in Abuja here. 12,000 children were brought from all over the country. 10 days. Amazing event. Since we have left, has there been a second National Youth Games? Some of these children who went to the All Africa Game, Divine, Ududuru, and the rest of them, were product of the youth events that we did, the under 13, the under 15. Do you understand? You understand the point I'm making? Many children who participated in National School Festival in Ilorin that year, some of them came to the National Youth Game and participated in the various events. And so many athletes were amazing event, right? And we thought we could move on from there to begin to sift athletes, enroll them into the kind of development program and all that. But what happened? Nothing happened. We said no country has achieved excellence in sport that does not bring science to the heart of sports development, especially elite sports development. We said, oh, Nigeria must develop sports science. We must create a national high performance center. And the government gave us money, special grant to develop the high performance sports center. We started building a hostel. We ported equipment, all kinds of human development, human capability equipment, testing and all that. As I speak to you, I understand, the last time I checked, I understand that those equipment are still in the containers with which they have been imported. What does that say about us?
2-3 years after.
What does that say about us? You cannot achieve anything durable if you don't prepare athletes at least 10 years. Unless you get lucky. 10 years.
We've been getting lucky.
Yeah. So let's see how, what's her name? What's her name? The policewoman that jumped in Atlanta. What's her name again? Chioma Ajua. Somebody asked Chioma, how did you do it? Chioma said, I just jumped. Right? I just jumped. Chioma just jumped.
Jumped into gold.
You understand? There was no science to it. There was no planning to it.
Let's hope it continues to happen. We really must say goodbye. We want to thank you very much for appearing on View from the Top today.
A pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we thank you for watching. Please join us next time when the program returns. But between now and then, tweet me your thoughts at Modele SY. And please join us again next time. Bye-bye.